Back, guys. Tennis in a minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. And yes, we have another rain delay, and this got pretty interesting. If you guys aren't watching, well, that's what I'm here for. Make sure you like the video. Now, the announcers mentioned, look, with this stoppage, another stoppage, yes, Iga started to get coaching. And the announcer said, look, that's illegal. She can't do that. Is she going to get in trouble? She's breaking the rules. And, well, Sabalenka would do the same. So Sabalenka then walks over to her coach. Now, listen, I actually read the rule book, or at least some of it. It's so thick and long. So technically, the actual rule states you can't go out of your way to receive coaching, right? So it's got to be like you have to be in the area of your coach. It can't be something where you walk over to them, especially on a rain delay like this. So technically they're both breaking the rule, but Iga did it and Sabalenka did it. So listen, the announcers they made a fuss about it. They said, look, Taylor Fritz, I think it was Taylor Fritz, right? He got in trouble for it. Me personally, with all this rain, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they go grab a smoothie, okay? I don't care if they go to the locker room and change clothes. This is ridiculous. These players should not, you guys, look, I support the WTA more than the WTA, but our players are looking bad out here. This is looking like a hot mess, okay? The ATP, this would never happen with the ATP. Unacceptable. And how are we going to grow this sport if this continues to happen? We continue to put our top tier ladies, these ladies, look, when it comes to professional sports, I think the female sports is the next big thing to take off. We've seen Jordan and LeBron and Kobe do everything. We've seen Nadal, Novak. We've seen Roger do everything. Gail Monfils, for crying out loud. The guy jumped up in the stands the other day. How athletic is he? We've seen him do everything. It's the ladies. Let's support the ladies' game, guys. But while we're talking about rules and coaches and coaching, how about little Simona? Listen, guys, I said Simona's going to do 2 years and she'll be back, right? Now, when Gabby Elena Rusa becomes the face of Romanian tennis, or okay, at least Sorana Cristea, then look, we got to do something about that. No disrespect to Gabby. I love Gabby, but we need to get little Simona back on the court immediately. And listen, is it going to work? Look, what I think happened is Simona, someone in her camp, gave Patrick an ultimatum that said, look, you need to come clean or else. And I think it would have got really ugly because as Patrick's point of view, my perspective, you don't stay quiet that long and then out of the blue just come out and say, hey, yeah, I gave her some what is it, artificial protein, what was that stuff called? So you don't really stay quiet that long and all of a sudden come out and admit guilt. I think Simona gave him an ultimatum. And I also think Simona's in charge of that team. Yes, she did beg Patrick to coach her. She went to his facility in France, but I don't think something like that happens without everyone being on board. Everyone knows. And look, the pills decision, I think they're going to account for that. Look, that's not something that happens without everyone knowing it. I mean, you take a look at the difference in her blood work and you could see the improvement in the spike in her taking a banned substance. So it's something that happened over the course of a period, and that's not something that's just going to happen like, Patrick is training with her and says, hey, drink this. It's just not, no one's gonna buy that. Everyone was on board with it. You have to be, you know. It just doesn't happen that way, and it's foolish to even believe the argument. However, though, now that Patrick is admitting guilt, I could see them reducing the suspension and cutting it in half. They always do that. Once you come out and admit guilt or someone admits guilt, it always gets reduced. So I see Simona being back in 2024. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, that hasn't been stated officially, but that's what I think is going to happen. They'll have another hearing. Patrick will admit guilt, and look, they'll probably fine him. I mean, he's probably done. I don't, and he didn't want to coach anyway. He didn't really want to go back into coaching. So Simona begged him. So he'll probably be done for at least 4 years or something like that. But black eye all the way around. But again, I don't think something like that happens without everyone being on board. Simona knew it. Patrick knew it. There's Simona said she felt betrayed. Patrick is not just handing her, you know, electrolytes or protein or a smoothie without, everyone being on board. So I'm just not buying Simona, but I'm glad that Patrick did, take accountability. But the reality here is we talked about ticket prices. The prices are so expensive for these matches. We want the players taking whatever they can. We want to see action. We want to see the women's game evolve. Now, I'm joking, guys, but nonetheless, I think the women need a little bit more support. This is unacceptable. They're about to start up. They're drying the lines. Tennis in a minute. Who you got in this match? Comment below.